Republic of Uganda, fellow mourners. I would maybe say I'm Muhakanizi's relative than his friend. I think this is a more accurate fact. Of course, he was also my friend, but the more pronounced position is that he was my relative. I think because of the sometimes misinterpretation of the word sectarianism and wrong application of all that goes with it, most of us who have served in this government have kept quiet about our relationships. But it is also true that there are many of us who are rather DNA connected, and maybe I'll spend greater time trying to pronounce myself on how much I know about Mr. Muhakanizi. I have not accessed the microphone for a very long time, so don't be worried that I suffer because of we still remember the microphone in earlier days, later days. When I was thinking what I could say about Keith Muhakanizi, I got a quotation from Lee Kuan Yew. This was a distinguished Prime Minister of Singapore. And this is what he said, I think maybe in his last days. He said, even from my sick bed, even if you are going to roll me into the grave, and I feel something is going wrong, I'll get up. I do imagine Keith Muhakanizi, wherever he is, since most of you are believers, he reminds me of the days of Robert Mugabe. When Robert Mugabe lost office, he always woke up very early, put on his suit, and assembled himself to go to the office. I think he was, until they would remind him and say, Your Excellency, you are no longer president of this country. I think Keith Muhakanizi was so used to office and so used to public good, so used to public work, that surely even where he is now, he must be imagining he's about to go to the office. But this has something to say about the level of commitment that people give to this republic. Immense commitment. I don't know when I found Muhakanizi stable at home. He would either be making telephone calls or promising to rush to the office, because I think he thought that every time of his life he was always available to do the public good. And I'm glad that he's been very properly recognized. When I was looking at the many articles that have been passed, they are extremely accurate and I think very fair to him, which I don't think most people get when they lose their lives, especially in this country. I'm sure you've seen other circumstances where people are rather cursed than praised. Muhakanizi was actually a distinguished intellectual. Certainly zeroed in on his subject. I don't know if he was that scattered in his thinking, but he was a distinguished intellectual, from what I remember. I remember his days when we were living together in a house in London. And when all of us were preaching communism, I don't know, socialism, I don't know, whatever, Muhakanizi was busy marketing to us the ideas of Reagan. Actually, he called them Reaganomics. And we struggled to understand, how can this man in this flare of change of government, I don't know what, have the guts to actually start preaching to us the essence of Reaganomics. Of course, I know we had a leadership, I know we had a direction, but I can also tell you that in shorter than longer, if Muhakanizi won the battle, and he was later on to offer so much in his ergonomics and actually turning this country to where we happen to be today. Of course, maybe it was more realistic than some of us actually thought. And I therefore remember him for his great ideas in this general direction. This Muhakanizi was sometimes, I think, annoyingly honest. Annoyingly honest. I remember a friend of mine who was raising a certain important point. It had to do with his welfare. And Muhakanizi kept saying, look, let's sort out ourselves in these matters. Government does not cater for personal needs. So I advise you to go and find ways of raising capacity to run your own life. Government will not do this for you. And he was a senior government official. But I remember this gentleman was not very, very excited with General Muhakanizi's words, but back to the realities, I think he was more honest. Muhakanizi was a mix of 100 things. One thing I remember vividly is that when it mattered, he was extremely kind and very helping. And as you have seen, helping to those who need help most. I'm sure the speeches that came before us were a great evidence that Muhakanizi was actually great to some people and actually helped people as it was. I remember as a family member that really most people who had very many issues, Muhakanizi managed to transmit his support, sometimes quite equal to his profession as a finance PS. It was one of our friends who is here. Whenever you go to see him, when there is any matter, we will call him. He has an envelope here. It has a fixed figure. He usually gives it everybody, but it's quite, I was seated near him, but it's quite measured and standard. Muhakanizi did the same for bigger volumes, but he made sure that everybody accrued something from his own. Muhakanizi, as most people know, came from a religious background. His father was a distinguished preacher on one side of his family, and his father was a reverend of the Church of Uganda. On the other side, though, just to link you in, where the professional, terminals, like of course his uncle, James Kahoza. Because of this, I think he must have blended so well as a government officer, because he mixed all these values with absolute excellence. Muhakanizi shall be remembered for being, above board. I don't know if people know what above board means in its best description. Above board is when you don't have small issues. Muhakanizi was largely above board. You did not see him ringing and walking into petty issues. He was largely above board. As for the professional aspects, I will leave it to those of you who worked with him and served with him in the different capacities he served. But maybe as a winding up remark, I would want to say that the government of the Republic of Uganda, either of today or of tomorrow, I'll go back to Lee Kuan Yew again. He says, if people handle billions of money and you pay them no shilling, you are largely prompting a misfunctioning system. Honorable KASAIJA, I'm sure this is very strange to you, but I want to tell you that people will not continue to serve diligently when they are paid nothing. In terms of pension, even in terms of salaries. You can open more prisons, you can do very many things, but I can't be signing billions of shillings when I have nothing to take home from supper. And when I try to get this something, people usually categorize you as a thief. I want to ask you, sir, that in your days, you can look at the options of Singapore, where a smaller public service is properly paid, and you can imagine we are the same economy as Singapore those days, till where we are today. If not, it will be described as corruption. And I can also give you another terminology. It's called leakages. Thank you very much.